Okay, let's start with Maliki madhab. Malikis, they say if one cannot stand for a good excuse, all right. If one can't stand because it doesn't feel like it, we're not talking about that, all right. If one cannot stand and he has a good excuse, good reason for it, then he should sit and pray. Okay? And if it was during Salah, he realized he can't stand anymore, he can't bear the pain, or whatever the reason may be, okay, from there on he should sit down. That's same in madhab, okay? So this bit is agreed upon all the madhab, no one disagrees with that. Now I'll give you a scenario where a person with ability to do qiyam, in Maliki madhab, a person who can stand, okay, but he fears. What did Ahnaf say about independence? And for any reason, excuse or no excuse, if you lean on something else fully, your salah is invalidated. You should sit down and pray. That's what they said, right? Remember? Yeah? Okay. You are not writing down, memorizing. Okay. Write down, akhi. It's good. Or your brother's writing for you. Yeah. Okay. I personally enjoy writing and going back over the notes. This is one of the best things as a student. And when you will teach, inshallah, it will become the basis for your research and you will expand on it. Yeah, you expand on your teacher's work. This is the aim. You become like your teacher, then there's no point. You have to work further, inshallah. Anyway, what were we talking about? So we said, Ahnaf said, you lean on something, jazakallah khair. Okay, your salah is invalid. Excuse or no excuse. Now a person with ability to do qiyam, okay, fears that maybe he has headache, maybe he is dizzy, he can stand, but fears he is not balanced. Okay, for any condition that he needs a bit of support. Or if he fears that if he doesn't hold on to something, maybe, something will happen which will make him break his wudu, pass wind, whatever the reason may be, okay? So he can lean on something, or a wall, on a stick, hold a rope from a ceiling, if it helps him, okay? Or even hold on to a person. Hold on to a person as long as that person wasn't junub. Or if it's a lady, that person wasn't in menstruation. With these exceptions, but he can hold on to anything or anyone. Okay? The one he's holding on to doesn't have to be in wudu. Just doesn't have to be junub. Okay? But what if he was holding on to someone who was junub or haid in menstruation? He said he will have to repeat salah in his own time. If he can, you know from the masail before, this is the thing in Maliki madhab, that if something has gone wrong, in some scenarios, you will only repeat the salah if you have time, otherwise you are excused. Yeah? Who was here in that time? All of you. But inshallah, you take the notes if you don't have that. So we clear so far in this example. So that means they are the complete opposite. The Ahnaf, they don't allow whatsoever. They say, do as much as you can to stand. Yeah, the complete opposite. Okay? But if he is not able to lean on someone or something, or hold on to something, and he sits and prays, his salah is valid. Okay? But if he was able to lean on or hold a rope, he needed to hold the rope, meaning he wasn't able to stand independently, and he had an option to hold something, but he chose to sit down and pray, his salah is still valid. So now he is encouraged to take external support when he cannot be independent. But if he chooses to sit down, it's easy for him because he doesn't know the people, or he can't find people, or doesn't feel like it, doesn't want to look odd, or whatever his reason may be. His salah is fine, is valid still. Okay? You were saying something? No.
What if the other person wasn't praying and then
That's fine. You can hold them.
The other person wasn't praying and the other person was praying, then they grabbed him, stand up on.
Yeah. I'm sure if someone needs help, he will bring his son, his brother to help him pray. You won't hold a stranger, and if that was the case, it's best for you to just sit down and pray. Yeah, you don't want to cause a fight in masjid, especially. Yeah. And if there's no one to support him, he will definitely sit down and pray. Okay. What if he's not able to sit down independently? Should he lie down? Well, Maliki said, well, if he is unable to sit independently, he should take support. Lean on something, hold on to something, hold someone. Like qiyam, he should, next bit is sitting. But if he can't sit, see if he can support himself by something. And if he can't do that, then he will go on to sit by leaning on something, and then he'll think about lying down. Why do they say that? They say, this hadith we have done many times. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, when I ordered you something, do from it what you can. Alright? And the rule of the madhab is, Maliki say, that whichever bit of salah you can bring, you must bring in its proper form, or else your salah is invalid. That's the general rule. Where a person has the ability to bring something, then he must do it, or try his best to get near it. Okay? Now, this is also a thing in Maliki madhab, that if you are sitting down, like other madhab, the Hanafis, we said they were lenient, whichever way is easy for you. Now, this is very interesting. They say if you are going to sit and pray, for the takbir, fatiha and ruku bit, you will sit cross-legged, like brother is sitting. Yeah, you will sit cross-legged for the qiyam and the ruku bit, which is takbir and fatiha, the fard bits. Yeah, you will sit cross-legged, and then you will get into tashahhud position for sujood and tashahhud. Okay? If you do that wrong, your salah is invalidated. Meaning, you sat down in tashahhud and did your ruku, for a gesture of ruku, your salah is invalidated. You have to sit in a cross-leg for the qiyam and was for the ruku, to do the gesture for the ruku. You have to be cross-legged. And then for the tashahhud and sujood, you have to sit in the tashahhud position. This is a condition. And if you do against it, I'm not talking excuses. If someone's got a pain and he can't sit in a certain way, that's it. But if someone who has the ability, always, that's the rule. You are able to. We started the lesson with qiyam, if you have the ability. Yeah, even with sitting, when we say you have to do something in a certain way, always if you have the ability. If you don't, you're excused. Yeah. Okay. So he'll have to change between the qiyam and ruku. The badal, the sitting which is the badal for qiyam and ruku is different than the sitting of tashahhud and sujood. Yeah, and the sitting between the sujood. And then if you can't sit and you have to lie down, then you will lie down on your right side towards the Qibla. If you can't do the left side, if you can't do that, on your back, your feet spread towards the Qibla. And if you can't even do that, they say you should be on your stomach and your head towards the Qibla. If there is a reason a person can't be on his back, he should be on his stomach. There is no way a person can leave Salah if there is a possibility to pray in any way. Okay? Now another scenario, a person cannot do ruku, cannot do sajda, cannot sit down. They say, okay, he'll pray standing, he'll do gesture for the rest of it. Okay? He will do gestures for the ruku and sujood. The julus will be like the qiyam. Yeah, he won't do anything extra for. Yeah. What if he can do qiyam and he can do julus, but he just cannot do julus, means sitting for the tashahud. He can do the standing and he can do the sitting, but he can't do the two in the middle, ruku and sujood. Okay? So, the rule for sitting and doing ruku in that position, that will help you remember. If a person can stand and he can sit, he can do two things. So while he's standing, he will do the gesture for the ruku, and while he's sitting, he will do gesture for the sajda. Yeah? Clear? If you do something else, his salah is invalidated. Okay? What if a person, the what ifs there is no limit to what ifs. Yeah. If a person who is standing and he knows that when he goes down, he's not coming back up. He's not well, he's managed to stand, but if he goes ruku or sajda, he's going to have to sit down. He's not well. But they said if he is able to do that for the first rakah, he'll pray the first rakah properly, then he'll sit down. So the madhab says, if you are able to do whatever of salah, you will do that whatever of the salah. If it means you stand up for the first rakah only, or do the first ruku only, and then you go down, you're going to be stuck there for the rest of salah, you should do that. Because you should, like we said, the madhab said, the Malikis, they say, bring from it whatever you can in its proper form, and what you can't, you make it up as a badal for it, whatever is a suitable badal. Okay? Even so much so, they say, if a person is unable to do sujood, is not able to do sajda, but he's going to do gesture for it from his head. But if he's got turban here, he's going to raise his turban, because in sajda he would have raised it. So do what you can from it. And like Ahnaf, they said, he will have to make up salah if he can't do any of these. Yeah, the Maliki says, if a person is able to do nothing else but make the intention and a gesture, okay, salah is obligatory on him. He will do what he can. He cannot delay that salah as long as he has sound mind. He can understand what's happening around him, meaning he is still conscious in his mind, then he will pray. These are the two madhabs we covered for qiyam, and we can inshallah finish this off next time and then do the maybe third rukun. Okay? Subhanakallah wa hamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta.